Hey, Golfaholics, we are really happy to be right here off the backside of Mid Pines Inn. You can see number 18 right over our shoulder here coming in. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world. It's my favorite golf course just about anywhere, to be quite honest with you. And we're really happy to be talking with Kellen Miller, who is the general manager, owner, president, CEO. You got it all, man.
Call me whatever you want. Welcome and glad to have you here. And I'm glad to hear this is one of your favorite places.
You know, we're very lucky. We get to visit a lot of great golf resorts and places around all over, really. And I just love coming back here. I feel like I'm at home here. It just is that welcoming.
Well, that's really what we want you to feel. When my in-laws, Mr. and Mrs. Bell, when they started out with Pine Needles many years ago, they wanted people to feel like it was their home, kind of their home away from home. Just kind of a casual feel, enjoy yourselves, and I'm glad you feel like that.
Yeah, of course, Pine Needles is right across the road here, so they're right here together. The Bells, Warren and Peggy Kirk. Of course, there's Ohio tie here. Peggy is from Findlay, Ohio. And I just, Shirley Spark just passed, but she's also just going into the Hall of Fame. And Shirley and Peggy were some of the first ones to get women's golf going and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, what a generation of true pioneers in the game. You know, when Mrs. Bell got involved, women teaching was rare, but certainly women owning a business and running a business in golf. So and then flying her plane around before Arnold did. So a real pioneer, and those gals really did a lot for women's golf, and it's great that they're finally rewarded for what they gave to the game and gave to people.
Yeah, that's for sure. You came here in 1982. You married into the family, and when Warren died, you helped really run the place.
Yeah, it was Mr. Bell passed away fairly suddenly. He got diagnosed with cancer in January and passed in May, and so all of a sudden, my wife and I just kind of came here just to kind of give it a shot. We're kind of really involved with the business, but it's been fantastic. It's, it really doesn't even feel like work. I'm one of the very fortunate people to be able to do something that they love and don't feel like it's work. And we toiled a lot early, but I would come down really early. Get here at 6 a.m. and work through dinner, and then Peggy Ann came in, and she worked kind of the evening shift from 3 to 11.
Peggy Ann is your wife?
Peggy Ann's my wife, yes. And so we did that for a number of years and really learned the business that way, which has been it was unfortunate, but it was in the end it was a blessing because we really did learn the business.
So you've been here through all the growth. At first, there was Pine Needles. Like I said, we started that in 1952, and you grew that. You had the opportunity to buy Mid Pines. That was added. You've since added Southern Pines, 3 fantastic Donald Ross golf courses. Now they've all been renovated by Kyle France, and they're just in fabulous shape.
Yeah, I mean, we're so fortunate to have 3 really high-level Ross Championship golf courses, and Kyle has done a spectacular job with our superintendent, Dave Frichty, who those guys together really made it happen, and we're so excited. I think we're the only folks around that have 3 original Donald Ross golf courses, and so happy and pleased with the way Southern Pines has turned out. When somebody asked me one time, well, when are you going to be finished with it? And I said, well, the truth of the matter is we'll never be finished with it. I mean, there's always something, so we're working on it right now. We've still got about 5 or 6 back tees to add. We just installed a really kind of fun 25,000 square foot putting green that will open up later this spring. We're going to put some cottages over there, which will kind of make it a really fun place to just kind of stay, play. You can walk to downtown Southern Pines. It's really one of the neat things about Southern Pines that it's a downtown golf course. It's right there in the middle of Southern Pines, and a fun place to be.
I know that was kind of a pet project for you. You'd been trying to kind of get your hands on that for several years. How did that all come to fruition?
Well, I guess just I was persistent, if nothing else, because I played a fair amount over.
We had played it before the renovation, and you could just see the bones were there. It was a fantastic course. but now you've brought it back to life.
Yeah, I mean, Southern Pines has always had this, I call it like a cult-like following of people that said, oh man, that place could be great if only. And hopefully we did the if only right. And hopefully not as not heard of or quiet about it, as very proud of it. But you're right. I started out playing there with my father-in-law and a number of Andy Page, who was the pro there, and some of the other local pros are here. Where we would kind of rotate between Pine Needles, Whispering Pines, Mid Pines a little bit, and Southern Pines. And I had a real love for Southern Pines early, and then I kept trying to, whether it was lease, manage, buy it. And I tell people it was almost fortunate that we didn't get it. I didn't get it earlier because I've through the years I've learned a little bit, and fortunate to team up with Kyle Franz, so it probably wouldn't have turned out exactly like it has right now. So fortunately, I think the Peg and the good Lord upstairs were looking out over us, and it was the right time, and I think we were the right people to do it, to try and restore Southern Pines to its original history and wonderful design that Ross did.
Yeah, I'm playing it tomorrow, so I'm really looking forward to getting back over there. Yeah. So you've done all this, been busy all these years. You still kept your golf game a little bit intact. You've won some championships, some mid-ams. You also have a Coleman Cup on the trophy case.
Yeah, no, as I said, it's been great that my business has kept me so close to the game of golf. Easy for me at night when I was playing a lot more. I don't play as much. I play, but not as competitively anymore. My game's a little off right now. But I've been very fortunate and blessed to have won some really cool things at Coleman amongst them, because Seminole holds a really special place in my heart. So golf is really kind of like what Mrs. Bell said. Golf has been my life, from the business standpoint, and the friends I've made, the family that has enjoyed it, and the friends my family has meant makes golf a pretty special game.
Let's flip over a second. Just a couple questions about the business side of owning a resort and a golf course complex like this. COVID, of course, has been a real boom in all the golf industry. What has it done for you over the last 2-3 years?
Well, we actually signed to buy Southern Pines on March 20th of 2020. And we had just been shut down on March 17th. So, I looked around at our family and said, this is either going to be really good or really bad. And fortunately, it turned out to be really good. Nobody knew what was happening early. And tried to retain our staff as much as we could. They were great. And then, along came the PPPs to keep the folks working. And then, of course, golf ended up being one of the games that you could play. I mean, we were fortunate here in the United States as it relates to golf, because Canada shut down, the UK shut down, and the U.S. was able to stay open. Credit, would like them or not, the fact that President Trump at the time played golf, and I think he saw that staying outside was good and was healthy, and so golf has become vibrant, and I think it opened it up to a lot of young people, who came into the game, and who, there's all these programs at the NGF, the USGA, the PGA, and everybody has been trying to grow the game, and who would have thought a pandemic would grow the game like it has? But it's been great for golf. Unfortunate, obviously, horribly. But now, as we've kind of distanced ourselves, I saw they officially said it's over now recently. But it's grown the game, and these people that have come into the game, these young folks that have come into the game, that's the future of the game. So it's a exciting time for golf, exciting time for our area in the state of North Carolina with all the economic growth that's coming and the development. So I'm very bullish about our properties, our area, and golf in North Carolina.
One more question from the business side. So as you look forward 5, 10, 15 years, I know you've got to do your planning and looking out there. What keeps you up at night? What are you worried about? What are you focusing on right now for the future?
Well, I just hope I don't screw up. That's kind of what I worry about most. But yeah, I mean, obviously we need to invest more. Our golf courses are really in great shape. Credit that to Kyle France and his design, and Dave Frichte and his staff that have done phenomenal work. And so now we're really going to get to work on what I call the hospitality side, which is the rooms are going to do some really cool things over here at Mid.
You've been doing some renovations, I understand.
Yeah, a few, but we're getting ready to do some significant stuff here at Mid Pines, and then we'll go back to Pine Needles, and then the cottages that we're going to be building at Southern Pines. So we've got a lot on our plate, but we're excited about it. We're excited, as I said, excited about where golf is, where the state is, and just got a lot of work in front of us to do. We've got a great team here that I'm so excited to work with. And then Phil Worse at the CVB, who does a great job in marketing and promoting our area. So, and our neighbors down the street, Tom Pashley, the president of Pinehurst, is a good friend, and we're great friends. And, I'm hoping they're 100% occupied every time, because as they go, it helps us out as well. So I think everybody's working pretty well together right now.
One of the things I forgot to mention was that Pine Needles has hosted 4 U.S. Women's Opens. You're very involved with large tournaments like that. But I want to urge anybody who has not come down here. You read so much about the Pinehurst courses and the 10 courses, the new one being built and all that thing. But I'll tell you what, you will not find better representation of Donald Ross courses than Pine Needles, Mid Pines, and Southern Pines. And we just love it down here. They can find out more information packages at.
You can www.pineneedles.com or pineneedleslodge.com or Pine Needles Golf. Come on, Mid Pines and Southern Pines. So lots of good stuff. Call us, come down, visit us. We'd love to entertain you and make you feel right at home.
Kelly, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to talk with us. I know you're a busy guy. I really appreciate it.
Let's go play some golf.